What's good then, YouTube? Hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. Today we are bringing you a Dennis Zakaria player review, a player which I was quite excited when we saw it release, hence why we've got this video out for you, because I used to use his inform on the road to glory. So when I saw this card, it was one that I wanted to go ahead and pick up and let you guys know exactly what I thought of him. He is 85 rated, 79 pace, 71 shooting, 80 passing, 89 dribbling, 85 defending, and 89 physical. At the time of doing this player review, we've played 3 games with him, so we've got a little bit of an understanding of how he will work in game for you guys to possibly pick up in your teams. We played him in the center defensive mid role in a 4-1-2-on-2 narrow with the team that you saw on screen. He has 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. He is 6'3". One thing that really is a letdown to show you straight away is that it's high medium, but that's the same as his inform, obviously, in his normal card. That is one thing to take into account if you are considering picking up this card. Personally, I don't think it's as big of a deal if you put the stay back while attacking instruction on Zakaria in the middle of the park, because he will then hold. I believe player instructions overrides work rates to an extent, so you can kind of get away with that. However, there definitely was something that you saw on Zakaria where he wanted to push up. He was always happy to receive the ball. He wanted to go ahead and get forward. In terms of chemistry style, one thing that I was actually kind of thinking of, what do I want to go with him? There's a few things, right? You could go for a shadow. You could go for an engine. And you can actually also go for a gladiator, believe it or not, if you want to go ahead and increase that physical, if you want to increase the passing and obviously the defending. I went for an engine for the simple fact of I wanted to increase the agility and balance. I feel like for a center defensive mid, he's quick enough, especially given his height. But with 82 agility and 80 balance, I just wanted to try and increase that as best as I possibly could. Short passing is 88 and long passing is 81, which is brilliant for a center defensive mid. One thing that really stood out was 97 reactions. You'd think on the face of that card there, he's going to be exactly where you want him to be, reacting, intercepting the ball as and when. He's coming in at the minute for about 250,000 on both consoles, roughly. Obviously, the hard thing for him is the links, obviously, being in the Bundesliga as well. Let's go ahead and jump in straight away to his pros and cons. We're going to start off with his passing. How did his passing feel in game? I'll be honest, the short passes, fine. The RBAs, the R1Xs, the driven passes, pretty fine. A few switches, though. He was a little bit slow at just getting it up and getting it out over to the fullback if you were wanting to switch the ball. So that was one thing that was a little bit caught out from me, especially given that, you know, he's got that 88 short passing and 81 long passing. Maybe it could be his curve that could be playing an impact on switching the ball and kind of getting it across to the other man. That maybe some switches were just a little bit behind where you wanted the play to go. But overall, he's passing for a proper centre defensive mid. Absolutely fine. Not a problem whatsoever. I will talk about his shooting and just say that it's nah. I mean, it's not what you really want from him. That's not what he's in your team to do. He does have 81 shot power, though. So if you do get inside the box, just look to rifle it into the corner. Maybe look for a low driven as an option for you as well, should you wish to. How did he feel on the ball? How was his dribbling? For a guy that's 6'3" with high... tall, high body type, he was solid. Very, very solid on the ball, actually, surprisingly enough. He had the ability to run forward, to carry it, to burst away, to shield, to turn with a ball roll, a drag back, for example. He did really well. That was something that kind of took me back a little bit. And I think the engine chemistry style that I had on may have helped slightly in that particular department. Obviously, skill moves is something that he does lack on ever so slightly. He does come with 86 stamina, 92 strength, and 90 aggression, which is incredible, which just means that he's not going to get bullied off the ball. Think of Patrick Vieira. This is the sort of player that you are, kind of going to be emulating with Zakaria. He does only have 70 jumping, though, so do take that into account that he might not win every midfield battle. He's not going to be in the box on corners. Well, at least he wasn't for me, which I didn't mind so much because he's lacking jumping. I'd rather him be there to try and break up the counter. In terms of his positioning, how was his positioning? On the stay back while attacking instruction, in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow in the center defensive mid role, absolutely fine. He trapped back really well. He got into the right positions. The only thing that I was a little bit so about is, as I said, he does move forward ever so slightly. He wants to push forward, and that's that high attacking work rate coming into account. So if you're quite prone to losing the ball in the middle of the pitch because you attack maybe too quick, he might not always be there to break up that counter because he's wanting to push forward a little bit himself as well. So it's definitely something that we do need to keep our eye on. In terms of heading, as I said, because he's got that 70 jump in, he didn't win every single battle that he did go up for, but the strength does help him at least try and compete in that sort of department. How was his defending, his physical stats in the middle of the park? Did he dominate? Yes, his tackling was good. I was really happy with that. You know what was a massive letdown on this card? He was absolutely terrible at intercepting the ball. To say he's got 97 reactions, defensive awareness of 86, interceptions at 85, just didn't seem to intercept the ball. I thought with a 6'3", you know, kind of long legs, he'd just be there, trapping every ball, taking it off the opponents when they do try to pass it through. But I really didn't get that feel from him. So that was a bit of a letdown for me, if I'm completely honest with you. What we're going to do now is go jump into some live gameplay so you can see my thoughts as we're playing with him. So Zakaria's first touch on the ball. I just want to see what he feels like for a 6'3" guy. I mean, at the minute, start off with, he feels pretty nimble, actually. Obviously, with that engine and the agility and balance that we've got on him, the engine chemistry style, that feels pretty decent. I want to see what he's like trying to drive him forward as well. Little RBA pass, finds Pogba. Pogba on the finesse, get that one wrong, but that's all right, to be fair. Zakaria on the ball. Just carry this a little bit here, actually. Go for the little ball roll. A little bit wrong there for me. That was my fault. Heavy touch then. I was holding sprint, but still a little bit heavier than maybe what I would have liked. Zakaria with the interception. Go on, lad. RBA. Oh, hello. That was interesting. I don't know why that didn't... I don't know. I don't get that. That one was a little bit odd, actually. Zakaria. I just wanted to test the second man press there. See if he kind of did anything by himself, and he did. Well done. Big switch. A little bit behind him. Neymar. Love that. Let's go. Good goal. RBA, well done. Rashford, take on the man. Lay that back off. Ah, unlucky. Zakaria to cover. And we get a tackle in. Watch that cut back. Well done, Zakaria. Good positioning, good jockeying as well, and good pass away. Right on the right hand side. I just want to see how he holds up here in the middle. Like, does he show? Does he move? Well done. Harry. Lay that off. In the middle. Rashford to take on the man. He does. Ref foul. Unlucky. Over the top through ball. Overhit that. I think Haaland got caught a little bit as well. So then, let's move ahead and talk about the team links for Zakaria. You can partner him next to Nkunku, which is another player which we have done a review on if you're interested in that. That would certainly be a great partnership. Nkunku is the box-to-box midfielder, and then Zakaria as that holding midfielder, centre defensive mid. That'll be good. You got one guy that's tall, one guy that's small and nimble. Absolutely, that'd be a brilliant partnership. You can obviously link him to other players in the Bundesliga. His nation does make him very difficult to link, though. You need kind of the strong links or a Bundesliga team, which is why most people struggle to get Zakaria into their team, given that he is still a very good card. In terms of longevity, how long will he last on FIFA 22? You could use him, in my opinion, as a centre defensive mid for easily the next 2 to 3 months, purely just because he's got the ability to defend, he's got the physical stats. I would imagine if you were using him in a month or so, you definitely would put a shadow on him just to get the most out of that pace, which obviously is a big thing on FIFA. But other than that, he will be used for a very long time if you wanted to, because he's good on the ball and got those defensive stats to go with it. Enjoyment of card, how much did I enjoy him? I used his inform card and I really enjoyed that. I think he's a very good centre defensive mid. I rate him quite highly as an enjoyment card. However, it's hard to get loads of enjoyment out of a card that sits in centre defensive mid because, you know, they don't score goals. And because the lack of interceptions, not the highest amount of enjoyment, but certainly does that job for me. Can he be used at all levels? Absolutely. You can use him wherever you please. It's not a problem. The elite players can use him. The top division players can use him. Anyone can use him and you'll be absolutely fine. Not an issue. My overall rating, what would I give him? I think if this card sits at around 200,000 coins, I'd give him a good 8 out of 10. And the only reason why I'm not going to give him any more than that is, one, because of the work rates. The high attacking work rates is a little bit of a letdown. You would prefer medium high, and B, because of the links. He's so hard to get into a team. I'd still run him on my road to glory right now if I could, but because he's in Bundesliga with not a great nation, it is certainly something that is a massive letdown for when you're considering this card. But you guys let me know exactly what you think of Zakaria. Are you going to pick him up? Do you like the look of him? Do you think he fits your team? Do you think he'd be a great partner to Nkunku? If so, let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.